y'all. Welcome to the Honest to Goodness podcast,
where we give you our honest opinions
on good entertainment. I'm Morgan.
I'm Kerri.
I'm Nicole.
And without further ado, here's today's episode.
We hope you enjoy. Hey y'all, welcome to the Honest to Goodness podcast, where we give you our honest opinions on good entertainment. I'm your host, Nicole, joined by my wonderful co-host, Kerri. And today we will be chatting about the CBS Christmas movie, Fit for Christmas.
Yeah, changing it up a little bit on channels.
Yeah. Yes.
But hey, some very familiar faces in this one. I love it. So cute.
Yeah.
I love how we keep calling this Jax's movie.
Even though it's
like
Paul's.
Paul, out of the picture. Sorry, buddy. This is Jax's movie, and everybody knows it.
Even though Paul was the main character.
Right? Yeah.
Paul and Amanda.
And, yes. And we are speaking of Paul Green, to be clear to anybody who's not seen this movie, who, of course, we know and love as Carson Shepherd. When Calls the Heart.
The Heart. Yeah.
But this movie was really, really cute. It was very clean. I mean, it was your typical, basically Hallmark movie. Like, there was nothing about it that I didn't like.
Yeah. Just on a different channel.
Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, I can't go back to the Friendly TV app and watch it. I think I have heard that it's streaming on the Paramount Plus app.
I think so. Hopefully, maybe I should try that out, because I know your recording cut out at the very end and mine did as well. So didn't really see the very end. Thank you, CBS.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I could not watch the movie live. I was at my church's Christmas banquet while this was
I couldn't
airing.
watch live either. No.
So yeah, so I had no choice but to record it, and then the flipping recording cut off like the last 5 minutes of the movie. So we need somebody to come tell us what happens.
Yes, or let us know in the comments.
There you go. What do you think was your favorite thing about this movie?
That's hard. I did like the community aspect of it, like we see in a lot of the Hallmark movies. I like the fitness aspect. I've been very slack about fitness, but I did like that aspect.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the chemistry between Paul and Amanda.
Yeah, they were really cute together. I like the fitness through dance thing. Like I'm a complete klutz, so I'm not sure I would actually be good at doing something like that, but I've always thought it would be fun to learn to dance. And I think, I mean, it is a good workout, so I would be down if there was a beginner's version of this. I would be down for sure. So I guess we can just jump right into it. We have Amanda playing Audrey, which is a unique name these days. Obviously, it makes sense to Audrey Hepburn, but I thought it was a really, really cute name. That she is back in her hometown of Mistletoe after her boutique gym in New York City doesn't succeed. So, I mean, right out of the gate, I was slightly confused. Did you feel like she had or had not seen her dad yet when she got into town? Because she says she got back late last night, and the first thing she does is teach a fitness class. But when she goes to her dad, did you feel like they had already seen each other the night before, or that this was the first they were
maybe a little bit?
Maybe that he knew she was there. She came in late. They haven't really talked much. But, okay.
Maybe they talked on the phone or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's staying with him, obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The first time I watched it, I was like, have they even seen each other since she's been back? Like,
yeah.
But then the second time I watched it, I felt like they had. So I was just curious what your take was on that.
Yeah. Audrey and her boyfriend Bradley, they have decided to take a break.
Oh no. My brain went to Friends. We were on a break.
I've never seen that, so I have no clue what you're talking about.
You need to watch Friends. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in it that I don't approve of. I honestly refuse for years because of that.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the worst thing on television, but
yeah.
It is hilarious.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to get you watching that. But
there have been Audrey some things I've seen. Like, this is totally off topic from the movie, but every hurricane season I see that meme of who is David Schwimmer's character?
Ross
with the pivot thing.
Yeah.
Like with the hurricane, like the path of the hurricanes. Pivot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I had to bring that up.
Oh my gosh. The bloopers of that scene are even more hilarious than the actual scene, obviously. But
is that online somewhere? Because I need to go watch that.
I know the bloop. There's a lot on YouTube that you can see as far as like clips and stuff. Well, I know I sent you that one clip.
Yeah.
Joey. Yeah. And that got started from us talking about my Southern Family Christmas.
Yeah.
that came out of. But yeah, there's a lot on there. But I need like you and Morgan to both come to my house for like 2 months, and we don't have anything to do but watch TV because I have so much stuff.
I could get you caught up on every single episode of Gilmore Girls because I have every single season.
There you go. Yep. I've still only watched a few episodes of that. But back to the movie. We have this tendency to
and I mean, even Gilmore Girls, there's stuff I don't approve of, but I still like the show.
Yeah. I need to watch some more of that. I'm still signed into Morgan's Netflix. I still need to watch that. I can't even keep up with all these Christmas movies, much less everything else. But yes, Audrey and Bradley have decided to take a break because after their business failed, I think she just wasn't sure if they were still on the same page, if they were still actually good for each other. I don't think she was questioning whether or not he was a good person. I think it was more that she was just like, okay, we need to take some time apart and figure out, what do we want? Is this still working? Would we be better off as friends, or do we need to try again?
Did one of them want to take the next step, if I remember correctly?
She did.
She did. Okay.
She was wanting to get engaged, and I think his he said that he thought getting engaged right then was reckless because
that's
of their
right.
business
and
everything. They just didn't. He just didn't feel like they were in a good, stable position to be moving forward with that. And she's over here thinking it's an engagement. It's not a marriage yet. Like, we don't have to have everything in place before we actually get engaged. But I loved Audrey's best friend. What was the best friend's name? Because honestly, I never really caught it.
I don't think I did either. And if I did, I don't remember it. I apologize.
No, it's fine. But I loved her best friend's character and her husband. They were all what her name was, because that's gonna bug me if I do not. So let's see. Fit for Christmas cast. Lisa, maybe.
Maybe. I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it was Lisa.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Lisa. Yes. Okay, so Lisa and Jim, I think, was her husband.
Yeah. Yes, Jim was the guy's name.
Yeah. So they were a really, really cute couple.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that they have their little boutique coffee shop there at the rec center. When Lisa and Audrey saw each other for the first time in this movie,
that was cute.
The high kicks is what got me. Like, what? Like, you can tell they did dance together as kids.
Oh my goodness.
That cracked me up. And Amanda was able to do a way higher kick than Rebecca.
I can't do that high a kick. Even in high school, I couldn't do that high of a kick.
I would throw something out trying. So. Oh my gosh.
I'm not flexible.
At
all. Even though I cheered in high school. I couldn't even do splits. I could not even do splits for like halftime routines.
Oh no. My mom was like, she was like one of the few people, she cheered all through school. And she was like one of the very few people on her team that could do like a full split and whatever. Like she was apparently good. But Lisa tells Audrey that the town's budget got cut and the rec center is closing. And did Audrey's mom like start the rec center, or did she just start the fitness center at the rec center? Or
I can't remember for sure.
I can't really either. I know her mom was very instrumental in all of that, which is one reason that Audrey was very attached to it. I don't know, she told her dad that, you know, kind of she just always felt like it would be there, and going to New York and whatever, that it felt less scary because she always knew she had Mistletoe and that rec center and that fitness center to come back to as a safety net, pretty much. But Audrey bringing the sugar plum cookies to her dad from Darlene.
That was funny. Yeah. I've never had sugar plum cookies. I don't even know what's in them.
I've never had sugar plums, period.
I don't know. I don't think I have either.
That's interesting. If anybody has ever had sugar plums, you'll have to let us know what they
in the
taste
comments.
Like, because obviously neither one of us ever have. But I loved how she was like, "You two see a lot of each other?" And he's like, "No, I mean, I see her around occasionally. I know her, you know, say hey, you know, whatever." And you can tell Audrey's kind of like, "Okay, like, what are you waiting on?" Her dad's just like trying to be so nonchalant.
Yeah.
So cute.
The meet cute.
I know.
Awkward.
Oh my gosh. Like, just start right in with the insult. That's a great way to meet anybody.
No.
Oh my gosh.
That is
obviously
really
Audrey was carrying the box
of decorations.
To Carl's. So
what was it she dropped? Was it the mistletoe? And he made some kind of snarky comment about the mistletoe.
And she's like, "Patty, you're in the wrong town if you don't like Christmas, and it's called mistletoe
for a reason."
I mean, they were standing there holding mistletoe. I was honestly surprised he didn't try to kiss her. I'm just saying, it wouldn't have surprised me. Like, for him, I mean, she's standing there holding it. So it would not have surprised me for him to like try to kiss her and her be like, wait, what are you
like, yeah. And then the fact Darlene set up a private workout session for Griffin with Audrey. She's like, what are you doing here?
My private lesson. Oh my gosh. Yes, that was hilarious. Yes. And I love that she tells him that he might do better in one of her group classes because the private sessions are more for advanced students. What was it? He did CrossFit. He's used to doing CrossFit. So he's like, I can handle dancing, you know, and then she wears his butt out with that workout.
Yeah, he's like sweating, literally.
Yes. And I mean, you know, Paul Green is in good shape.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm curious as to like what kind of workout routine, like having watched this movie, I'm curious what kind of workout routine like he would do. You know?
Yeah. And then he shows up at the town meeting, and this is when Audrey finds out he is from Sky Ridge Resorts. Is this when one of them, I can't remember which one, said, "Don't you technically live in New York?"
Yeah, that was her. That was him, because she was like, he was like, I thought this was open to everybody. She's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I thought it was open to everybody. And she's like, yeah, everybody that lives in Mistletoe. And he was like, don't you technically live in New York? She's like, don't you technically live in New York?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then Jax.
And then we have Jackie. Yes,
or Jack.
Jack. Yeah. Yes. That is completely enamored with the thought of
I love to ski.
Very good. Very well done. Y'all didn't know this. This girl actually can deliver a line very well.
I did take acting. Well, I did take drama classes in middle school through like 6th through 9th grade.
Aww.
I didn't take it at the school I graduated from because I think the drama classes were only for like lower grades. But I mean, they did have plays. They did have school productions. I was just never in any of them because I was involved in cheerleading and golf. So in yearbook, 11th to 12th grade. So I just didn't have time for.
Yeah. I wish like
that's. But I did love drama class when I took it. That was one of my favorite classes.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I love being homeschooled. I don't wish I had gone to public school, but that's the one thing I wish I could have had was drama class.
I did take some acting classes outside of school too, just for fun, with Charleston Stage, which is like a company that offers drama classes here in Charleston. Okay. And I was in a few productions with that, like smaller theater productions, like we performed at the Dock Street Theater. And I'm trying to remember, there was one. I don't know if you've ever heard of this story. It was like a kid's story kind of. And it was the one about the monkey and the guy with like tons of hats. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
Let me see if I can look it up because it's going to drive me nuts. I played a part in that. Let's see. Kids story.
Yeah, I had started looking at like local theater stuff to see if there was anything like that for me to get involved in right before COVID hit. And then of course COVID hit and locked everything down. But
okay. I found it. I figured it. Cats for Sale. That's what it was called.
Okay.
If y'all don't know what it is, just look it up. It was a fun little story, fun play to be a part of.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I was younger though. I don't even know how old I was. I was like maybe still in elementary school.
Aw. But yes, we have Jack's character Jackie.
Yeah.
Who says, I love to ski. And Griffin says, takes one to snow one. And then of course Audrey's just sitting back there like groaning. And Jackie says, powder to the people. Like I love the little puns going back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
Oh man. I could not fully understand, and I like replayed it several times trying to figure out when I was writing this line down what exactly she said. But when Audrey turned around to Lisa and she was like, no way are they something. I never could understand what she said right there. To use our beautiful center for those fake cobblestone walkways and paint by number hotels.
That was really funny.
Lisa says, we might not have a choice. And Audrey says, not in this town.
Not at Christmas. I'll stop him one way or another.
I mean, she was very severe.
Yeah.
I will say, I think this actress does a really good job of being intimidating. Like, I would not want to mess with her.
Yeah. She's great. Amanda Klutz.
Yeah, she was really, really good.
Yeah.
And of course, we find out that Audrey does not like lemon zest in her blueberry scone.
And neither does Griffin.
Yeah, we find that out later in the movie. But it has been so long since I've had like a blueberry scone or anything like that. I don't know. And the only place I guess I've had them has been from Starbucks. So I don't know if they do the lemon zest in theirs or not.
I don't know.
True. I mean, I know blueberry scones are good. This is making me want to go to Abigail.
Yes.
This is making me want to go to Abigail.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Can we just transport ourselves to Hope Valley?
Yeah. Where's our little ruby slippers?
Or
yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yes.
What? Who? Yeah, I Dream of Jeannie. Not Bewitched. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Bewitched is another one, but I've never watched Bewitched.
She like moves her nose. Yeah, she's the one that moves her nose.
I have Bewitched now. I just haven't watched any of it. But when she says she's sitting there at the coffee counter, you know, she's talking to Lisa and Jim. And she's like, if I can figure out a way for people to donate the money so the town won't have to sell the land to that awful resort guy. And Griffin's walking in behind her and he goes, oh, I hate that guy. And just the look on her face, like, seriously. I love how he's being infuriatingly charming.
Yeah.
Being annoying, but he's being charming to be annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Audrey tells Griffin that people know what a resort like his will do to a town like theirs. He insists it will improve it. And then I think it was him that said, oh, look at the time. I should probably get going. I don't want to be late and get on my teacher's bad side.
Because he knows he's already on her bad side. That is such a man. That is such a man.
And then I think it was her that she's like, I can't stand that guy.
Yeah. And Jim says, I don't know. He says he's kind of cool. I really like the scarf he's got. Oh, yeah. No, I get it. We don't like that guy. The looks he is getting from Audrey and Lisa as he's innocently saying, I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. And then he's like, oh no, I get it. We don't like this guy. Like, sorry, got the message. We don't like this guy.
Bye, Felicia. Or bye, Charles. I'm just making up names.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just making up names on the spot.
how hilarious was it? Like, Griffin comes in and he's, showing people the brochures and talking to them, trying to win them over, and talking about how much he loves Christmas and stuff, which of course Audrey knows is a bunch of bull from her first interaction with him.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "What's your favorite Christmas song?" And he was like, "I have to pick just one. The 12 Days of Christmas." She's like, "Really?"
And the fact
the second day.
The fact he thinks the second day of Christmas, or the fact he thinks the second day of Christmas gift is turtle swans.
I know.
Turtle swans. That's like combining two animals at the same time.
Well, he originally just said turtles. And I think it was Carl was trying to help him out. And it's like, doves. And he ends up saying swans instead of doves.
A swan and a dove are two different things.
Well, they're both birds.
Yeah, they're both birds. Yeah, they're both birds.
But they are very different. Oh my gosh.
We meet Griffin's dad, who owns Skyridge Resorts, and Griffin's dad is played by Mark Brandon, who we have seen in a lot of the Christmas movies on Hallmark. He's a great actor.
He really is. He's one of my favorite dads, Hallmark dads.
And he will be in When Close to Heart season 10. So look out for that, hearties.
He will be. I wonder if he's playing Elizabeth's dad. Like if they've changed actors for Elizabeth's dad, because we know Elizabeth and Lucas are probably getting married this season. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I would hope that they didn't change who played her dad, because I think the guy that plays her dad, or that has played her dad, has done a great job. Garwin Sanford.
Yeah. I would say if they did, it would be more of
I could see that. Yeah.
So, but who knows? He might be another like oil investor guy, somebody coming in with the mine stuff, or
who knows? And I think he's worked with Paul before.
I clearly have not watched the interview that he did on Hardy's Hotline. Sorry, Cammy.
I've seen it, especially because I'm the editor. So
this is true. I just didn't know if there might be some tidbits about his character.
There's a little bit. So if y'all want to hear everything that they talked about, go check out the interview, because it's great with Cammy and Sarah and Mark.
I love that Audrey is trying to do this video, like a promotional video.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Lisa's being the best friend and recording for her and whatever. And Griffin walks up.
Is this your audition tape for the History Channel?
I love how he's like, all right, let me look at what you got here. Okay, you need to move this because we really want to get this in the frame. And like starts telling them how to do their video. Oh my gosh. I loved the line.
Was it
with Audrey's dad, when she's sitting there, she has set up this campaign, and she's looking at it, and he was like, watched fundraiser never boils, or whatever,
yeah.
And she was like, they say the first couple of hours are the most critical, and she was like, who am I kidding? I couldn't even keep my business in New York going. Who am I to think I'm going to do this, And he said, what your mom would say? She'd say, if everything's not going exactly how you want
it to, there's usually something better around the corner.
And then Bradley calls with news that New York Fitness Solace Clubs wants him and Audrey to work as instructors for their gyms.
That's exciting. But
it is.
Stay in mistletoe.
Keep in mind though that Audrey, when he called her earlier in the movie, she was like, you know, he's like, I know we're on a break, which means no calls, but I just wanted to make sure you made it all right, you know. So for him to call her again, you know, he was hesitant probably as to whether or not she would even answer the phone. You know, for him to tell her this. But he's like, you know, maybe this will be the new start. Maybe this is the new start that we need, you know. And Griffin showing up to the mistletoe trivia night. The fact that she like dumps the drink all over him because he's carrying like a pitcher of whatever it is they're drinking. And he was like, you have a tab here? Yeah, can we get another one of these on her? And do you have a shirt? Like,
well, thanks, dude.
Right?
Real gentlemanly to make the lady pay.
Of course, she is the one that spilled it all. But yeah.
Still.
Accidentally, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was just that little jab though.
Yeah.
And the competition
that was hilarious.
Oh my gosh. And of course, Audrey and Lisa and Jim win by 1 point. And her reaction was hilarious.
Yeah, I forgot what she said, but it was so funny.
Oh, she was just, I think she was just screaming, we won, we won, we won.
We won,
you know, whatever.
we won.
Yeah. Oh, man. And it's actually at that point, because the last question was what tradition, that was something that Audrey's mom started, was something that became a part of every
Christmas
program that the town put on, which was a kick line. And then, so that gives Audrey the idea to set up a kick-line kickathon as a fundraiser. And then we see her and Griffin helping Darlene bake.
They put the flour.
Yes. I love it when he's like, well, now at least we have something in common. That they put the flour on each other's noses.
Yeah.
So you're starting to see a little bit of flirtation coming through, the frustration at this point in the story. And then Griffin gets the news that he could become the new chief operating officer of Sky Ridge.
Yeah.
If he makes the sale in Mistletoe of buying the rec center and the surrounding land for them to build one of their Sky Ridge resorts. I have razzle dazzle written down, but to be totally honest, I don't. Oh yes, I do too. Remember what it is? When they're at the little fair thing, all the little businesses have stuff set up, and she is, nothing Audrey is trying is working, so she decides to go the opposite direction and invites Griffin to go have coffee with her. And he's like, okay, I see what you're doing. You really don't want to have coffee with me. You're just trying to get me out of here. So I won't be promoting my business, whatever. And she's like giving him this whole spill about, I know you big city types, you come in here with your razzle dazzle and blah, blah, blah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. And then the mistletoe toss.
I was just about to say that.
Oh my God. Was it skill or was it luck? Well, I never know the answer to that question. Or maybe it's a little of both. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe he possibly stepped over the line just a little bit so he could win. I'm just kidding. I highly doubt that.
And of course, their deal was that if Audrey won, he would pack up his stuff and leave the little fair.
Yeah.
And if he won, she had to have dinner with him.
Yep.
And of course, Griffin ends up winning. So she has to have dinner with him.
Oh
man. And she is back in the coffee shop area, and that's when we find out that he hates lemon zest in his blueberries.
Yeah.
Too.
And he's looking for Audrey.
It's when he's leaving that he's like, I'll pick you up tonight, whatever. And she's like, wait, we never set a day for when we were going to dinner. And he was like, yeah it's tonight, and he leaves.
Yeah.
So that night she's sitting there on her computer, trying to work, whatever. Knock on the door, and her dad's like, were you expecting somebody? She's like, tell him I'm not here. So I love the fact that her dad like goes to the door, brings Griffin in where he can see her, and goes, yeah, she's not here.
Not here.
Oh my gosh.
And then my objective tonight is to have dinner, preferably with you right next to me, and prove to you that I'm not some evil corporate mustache twirler, right?
Yeah. I love the fact that her dad just brings her coat and is like, she'd love to go.
Yeah.
Like, Dad.
Dad.
It's dinner. It's not eternity. Oh man. But their dinner is actually super sweet. They go to Carl's. But they discuss Audrey's mom. They discuss Bradley. That's when he finds out that Bradley isn't just her business partner, that they're he's her boyfriend, but not right now. We're on a break, whatever. And Audrey finds out that Sky Ridge is a family company, which she was not expecting. She's just thinking of them as this big corporate, whatever. So I think it kind of comes as a shock to her that it's a family run company. And then of course, in true Hallmark fashion, Bradley shows up. What is it with these guys and their grand gestures?
We like the grand gestures, but it's not always necessary.
Yeah, especially when you're the wrong guy. If you're the right guy, we love the grand gestures. If you're the wrong guy, just stop.
Just stop.
Oh my gosh. I love how awkward Griffin is trying to figure out what to do with himself before Bradley walks in the room. And then he's like, yeah, I better go.
Yeah. And then Jim starts wearing a scarf to look like Griffin.
Yeah. I love how he starts calling him Griff. Yeah. I loved Jim. He was such a cute character. I loved him. And of course we have Griffin and Bradley running into each other in the hall.
Awkward.
I don't even remember what they called each other, but they purposefully, I think, used the wrong names.
Yeah. Awkward.
Is it just me, or do you think Bradley actually was not headed to Audrey's class until he found out that's where Griffin was headed, and then he wasn't not gonna go?
Probably.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah, as you can watch them during the class, and they're literally just competing each other the entire time.
Yeah.
Trying to outdo each other. Oh my gosh. But then Audrey is having doubts about joining the big gym. She doesn't feel like it's a good fit for her. Which I agree. Obviously. It's the way the story was written. It was not meant to be for her. But What did you think of Griffin trying the gingerbread latte?
That was funny.
Yeah. I love how he's like, don't tell Audrey, but this is delicious. She's like, oh, I'm going to tell her.
I've never had a gingerbread latte. I've had a peppermint mocha latte, I think. The peppermint mochas are good.
I don't guess I've ever had a gingerbread flavored drink. Now I like gingerbread, but I don't guess I've ever had a gingerbread flavored drink. Of course, we recapped B&B Mary on Swing My Heart the other day, and she had the gingerbread milkshake. I think it was.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it was a milkshake. Yeah. Which is a change because normally everything's peppermint, whatever. So I'm impressed they're actually using gingerbread in this one.
Yeah.
Or in a couple of them. Then of course we have
Bradley invites Audrey on a second first date. I'm gonna have to say a big no.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you do in a situation like that where you have history with somebody?
I don't know. I've never been in a relationship, so
you really care about somebody, and like you've been planning on getting married to this person, and then you take a break, and then they ask you out again. I mean, I can't say that I blame her for agreeing to go out with him again to, kind of test the waters and see where it's going to go. You can tell her dad isn't super thrilled about it. And of course, they have that conversation where he's telling her, you deserve to be happy. I just want you to be happy. And she was like, yeah, you too. And that's when they talk about Darlene. And she's, what is it he says, basically that Audrey's mother was the love of his life, and that basically it almost killed him to lose her, and he doesn't want to go through that again, which I get it, but you can't go through life. Was it Love Comes Softly where he says something about you can't go through life afraid of what's coming around every corner?
Maybe. I haven't seen that in so long.
I haven't either, but I feel like that's where I'm remembering that line from, though.
That is a good movie.
Yeah, those are really, really good movies.
Yeah. I mean, some of the later ones aren't my favorite, but they're still good.
Yeah.
The only one I haven't seen is the Christmas one.
Oh yeah.
Like the very last one they made, I think. Before
Didn't Wes Brown play Clark in the prequels that they came out with?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, Clark Davis. The younger Clark Davis.
Yeah.
I have to say he was pretty cute.
Right?
Pretty handsome in that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you noticed the stupid grin I got on my face as soon as I mentioned it.
That's one of my favorite roles of Wes's.
Yeah, I would love to meet Wes.
He's so sweet.
He seems like it.
Yeah.
I have to say, after all the pictures I've seen, I kind of want to see him play Superman.
Clark Kent West.
I know. I mean, really want to see this now, though.
I mean, I got to show it a little bit. I don't know if y'all know other side. I don't know if y'all can see it, but up there somewhere is my picture with West. Clark Kent West.
Yep. I love it though. He seems like he has just the most adorable personality to him.
Yeah.
So we have Griffin joining the kick line.
Yeah.
Which was adorable.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
The fundraiser isn't quite successful.
Mm-hmm.
And the town meeting to vote on whether or not to sell the land to Skyridge is that night. And Griffin tells Audrey, I've never met anybody who sees the world the way you do. No matter what happens here, I hope you realize just how truly amazing you are.
Mm-hmm. That was really sweet.
So sweet. So sweet. Goodness.
Audrey and her dad discussed Darlene and the fact they deserve happiness. That was a nice moment too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Bradley proposing to Audrey. Right back to season 2 of When Calls the Heart. Come on, Charles. I know it's not even the same actor, but that's like the moment it takes me back to. It's like this desperate attempt to get a girl that does not want you.
Yeah.
Like, where do they think this is a good idea?
Well, I think in When Calls the Heart season 2, that was thanks to Viola. Viola pushed him to propose.
This is true. This is true.
If she hadn't said anything, he wouldn't have gone. And then they would have already been married by season 3. Thank you, Viola.
Yeah. Gotta watch those older sisters.
Oh, thank you.
I had to pick on you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm the older sister.
No, that is what they like. Me and Morgan are both the younger sisters, so that is out of the 3 of us. Which I think you're actually. Am I the older, or are you the older?
No, I think I'll be 20. I mean, no, I'll be 30 in April.
Okay, yeah. So you're the oldest out of the 3 of us. I'm the middle child out of our podcasting co-hosts, and Morgan's the baby.
Yeah.
But we're all pretty close in age.
Yeah. Out of all of our podcast family, I'm definitely not. I'm like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. I think Bradley was thinking Audrey was wanting him to propose, and he was refusing to. So I think he was thinking if he would give her, I don't think he was still truly ready to get engaged. I think he was thinking if he would give her what he thought she wanted, that she would come back to New York with him. And of course, he tells her she doesn't have to give him an answer right then. Just think about it. Just take the ring. But when Audrey is discussing this with Lisa, she describes a future with Bradley as, quote, solid. End quote. That's like, I get it. I mean, you do want your relationship to be solid. That's not a bad thing. But there's more to it than that. Like, that's only one facet of the relationship.
Yeah.
And Audrey is expressing, there's a part of me that feels like this is what it's supposed to do. There's a part of me that's drawn back here and that wonders if I'm meant for something else. And I think Lisa says something about as part of that reason start with a G and end with a riffin or something like that.
So exactly I think so.
It, but basically she's asking, is he a reason you're questioning this? And then of course we have the town meeting.
Yep.
Where
the offer is raised by $1 million. And Jackie has the tie-breaking vote.
I have to admit, I was kind of like, oh, I can't believe she did that.
Like, bye.
I'm thinking, Jax, like, girl, you're selling your town out. What is your problem? Were you expecting her to vote yes? Or did you think she was going to vote no?
I wasn't sure which way she was going to vote.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I wasn't expecting her to say yes. I guess I wasn't super surprised by it, but at the same time, it wasn't what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, Jackie, I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm finally over the flu. I'm still just dealing with like the dry cough.
Yeah.
From after effects from that. But Jackie, that is played by our friends Jax, has the tie-breaking vote to sell the land, and Audrey is like, I've got to have some air. You know, she goes outside. She's sitting outside, and just kind of in her mind, she's thinking the one thing that really was tying her to Mistletoe, that she had a reason to stay, that she had a reason to be there, as far as her job and stuff, is now gone. She has no hopes of that changing. So she is considering Bradley's proposal. So she puts the ring on and is just kind of sitting there thinking, you know, and then Griffin walks out.
And he sees it.
And he asked her if she thought if they had had a chance to meet under different circumstances, if they would have had a chance together. I love how she's like, well, let's see, in this hypothetical, you know, whatever, would you insult my Christmas decorations? He's like,
yeah,
not a chance. And she's like, yeah, you know, but then he sees the ring on her finger and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know, you know, I'll leave, whatever. She is so confused because she hasn't actually accepted Bradley's proposal. And she's forgotten she has that ring on her finger right now.
Way to go.
Right?
Real smart.
Why do I feel like this would be something to happen to one of us? Like just that awkward misunderstanding, like
I don't know.
Oh my god.
It would probably be me because sometimes I don't pay attention.
Well,
like this is totally not related to an engagement, but like yesterday I was doing something in my room and I wasn't looking where I was going and I ran into my bed frame and I have this big gigantic bruise like right near my knee.
Oh no. No, so you would be the one to have the meet cute of like spilling something on somebody or
probably.
Actually, I think we all would, because I don't think any of us are very graceful.
Like there have been moments I have not been graceful. Like even junior prom, this is totally off topic. But it was in downtown Charleston at I think it's called the Harbor Club. And it was on a street with like the place where it was on a cobblestone street and I had heels on and like my heel, I guess, went in between two of the cobblestones and I literally like lost my balance and my date, Houston, was like, are you okay?
I can't say anything. I face planted in the middle of a jewelry store one time. So I mean, I can't say anything.
We went as friends. I mean, we weren't dating. We just went as friends.
Yeah. But yeah, I figured out I cannot wear shoes that do not have a back on them. That's what I was wearing. And I think we had gone in like to get my ring resized or something, a ring my mom had given me. And I turn around to walk out and my feet are like slipping off the sides of the shoes and I like just face plant in the middle of the store. Of course, everybody in there comes running like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? You know, whatever. And you're like, yeah, I just want to like hide right now.
Did I tell you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Did I tell you the story of when I went to see High School Musical 3 with my friend or one of my friends on opening night at the theater? It was raining, and I think she was there before me. I was late, and I was literally like running almost into the movie theater. And of course, the ground was wet. And as I was running, I slipped and I fell flat on my butt.
Oh no.
Luckily, there weren't that many people, but there were a few people. I was like, I'm okay. I'm good.
I mean, stuff happens. And we're not the only ones. I was at some friend's Christmas party last night, and the guy has like almost died twice.
Oh my gosh.
In the last year or so. And then he broke his leg clean in half. So he's just now where he can walk without limping and whatever. And I just looked at him and went, we're going to bubble wrap you like here in a couple of weeks. I was like, although if you're like me, that wouldn't do any good. Like that would not stop you from hurting yourself. You'll just find a way to suffocate. Like,
and then there was another time. I didn't fall, but it wasn't that graceful. I mean, I didn't embarrass myself or anything, but at homecoming, my senior year, okay, so I went to a small high school, so all the senior girls were chosen to be on the homecoming court. So at the homecoming football game, during halftime, all the girls, like everyone on the homecoming court, like the freshman representative, the sophomore representative, the junior representative, and then like all the senior girls are announced. Like whoever is announcing the game, I think, announces like the homecoming court and some of their interests and stuff. And when they got to me, I had these clear like wedged heels. They weren't very high, but the wedges, they were like, the heel was going into the football field. It was literally sinking into the football field as I was walking.
I have been in that situation, not there, but I was at a fundraiser event where it was like cocktail attire.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. Yeah.
And I was trying to walk across the lawn, and I was syncing up every step I took, and I'm like, yeah, this is not good. But so I could relate to that one to a degree.
I think it must have rained the day before or something, because I don't think the fields were. I don't think the fields would have done that if it hadn't.
Right.
But yeah, still fun.
Griffin's dad. Yeah.
But back on track to the movie. We got so off track there.
Honestly, though, I think it's the little things like that happen that make things more memorable.
Yeah.
Rather than, I mean, they're good if they go smoothly, but it's the little bloopers of life that you kind of look back on, I think, and remember a lot. So Griffin's dad shows up and tells Griffin he is the new COO.
Yeah, COO.
Yeah. But
he doesn't want to be the COO. Yeah.
I keep wanting to say CEO too. Or
and you know what's
I don't know what the heck I just said.
And you know what's funny is Paul's Christmas movie from last year, I believe, with Marisol Nichols on the Hallmark Channel was called Christmas CEO.
The man's got a trend going, apparently. I don't know.
And but if I remember correctly, he played a CEO in that movie.
I'm sure. But in this movie, he is a COO. Operations
officer.
But yeah, you don't hear COO as much as you hear CEO. So we keep on saying CEO. And they decide to make the Christmas party that got canceled, that was going to be held at the rec center. They decide to make that party happen after all.
Yeah.
I love how his dad asks Griffin, like, well, where is she? And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, the person that inspired you to make these changes, where is she?
Where is she?
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's not like that. It's, whatever. And he looks up and he sees Audrey. And of course, he's just like dumbstruck. And his dad's like, say no more.
Yeah.
Let's say another word. There she is.
Yeah.
And of course, they see her with Bradley. And, they just kind of assume they're together. And Griffin makes an announcement that they will incorporate established businesses into the resort.
Yeah.
And Audrey tells Bradley that she can't marry him and go back to New York.
Yeah.
And goodness, y'all, I am so sorry.
That's fine.
I think it was her dad that said, often the hardest things are the most worthwhile.
I think so. I think it was her dad.
I think it was her dad. It's been a few days since we've watched this movie, y'all. I'm sorry. We're a little late on recapping it because I got sick and, stuff just happened.
Yeah.
But actually, we're almost 2 weeks late. But who cares? We're doing better than we did about When Calls the Heart, okay? I just gotta say, we're staying way more on track these days than we have been. Word. But Audrey was like, I couldn't agree more, and basically, why don't you take your own advice? And he ends up asking Darlene out.
Yeah.
And of course, she's just like, what took you so long?
Yeah.
The woman can't just say yes. She's got to give him a hard time about it. Why?
Yeah.
Why are we like this? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And of course, we find out Lisa lets Jim know that she is pregnant, because that was the thing throughout the movie.
Yeah.
That they were trying to have a baby. And Audrey goes and finds Griffin, and they're talking, and he finds out that Audrey isn't engaged. And this is where our recordings decided to cut us off. Like, really?
Thank you again, CBS.
Oh my gosh. Like, come on.
Okay.
Why?
I'm going to pull an Oliver here and say, what the Sam Hill?
Right? Right? Oh my gosh. I mean, you pretty much know what's going to happen here. They're going to, she's going to stay in Mistletoe to run the business. He has turned down the promotion with his job so he can stay in Mistletoe, and they'll kiss and live happily ever after. You pretty much know what's probably going to happen here. And if somebody has gotten to see those last 5 minutes of this movie and wants to tell us what happened, let us know in the comments, because we don't actually know exactly what.
Or send us a clip if you have that. That would be great. Thank you.
That would be great as well. But yeah, I would say, I would give it a solid 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I can't give it a full 5 because I didn't see the ending. Oh my gosh. But I thought it was well written, definitely well acted. I love the animosity between Audrey and Griffin.
Yeah.
They played off of each other very well. I loved the side characters in this one. I thought that I loved that the side characters seemed well developed.
Yeah.
In it. So I would say it was very well done. And of course I loved seeing Jack in this. Y'all know we just had her on the podcast not too long ago. And y'all can go back
right
and
before
watch
Thanksgiving.
So y'all can go back and watch our interview with her if you would like to hear her talk about working on this movie and how she got the part and stuff. So so what did you think, Nicole? Like, what would you give? How would you rate it?
4.5 out of 5.
Yeah. Wow. Like I said, it would be really cool if we could get to see if we could actually see how it ends. I mean, we all have pretty creative minds, so we can kind of fill in the blanks pretty much. But if anybody has that clip and wants to send it to us or wants to at least tell us how it ends or whatever, we would greatly appreciate that. Please and thank you very much. Oh my gosh. Well, Nicole, anything else you would like to say about this episode or this movie or
I think it was a great movie.
I think 2022. It was too. It was really, really fun. There are still a few that we're gonna kind of go back and recap because we've been trying to cover kind of the top favorites movies of ours. But there will still be some that we still want to go back and some that aren't on, like this one's on CBS, some that aren't on Hallmark or Great American Family. We've been primarily focusing on those, but I know there's at least one, I think it was a Lifetime movie that I want to go back and do.
Baking All the Way.
And then we have the one, is it on Crackle? I think that Madison was in.
Madison
that I
Smith.
still have not watched.
It is really cute. I've watched it.
I'm sure we'll cover that one. We'll have to try to get Madison to come on our podcast. I know y'all have had him on Swing My Heart.
Yes. Very nice guy.
I'll bet. So yeah, we'll still have a few that we're gonna kind of go back and catch, after we cover these main ones as they're coming out. But can you believe we're almost through the Christmas movie season? Like
this weekend is the last weekend of Christmas movies or new Christmas movies.
Yeah.
For 2022.
Although I will say, I cannot wait for the Wedding Bell movies to come out.
Yeah.
We've got to recap we've recapped the first movie, the original Wedding Bell movie. We need to recap the other two before these new ones come out so we can have the whole.
We still haven't done the other two on ours either.
Yeah. We might, y'all pretty much know, since Nicole has her podcast, the Swing My Heart podcast, and obviously I've come on several times with you on there. But some, if we're not covering them on Honest to Goodness, we'll cover them on Swing My Heart or vice versa. So we may or may not we'll just see. But we may or may not with these Wedding Bell movies or something. We may cover them on both podcasts. We may jump back and forth and do one on her podcast and one on our podcast.
Or we could combine them into one episode.
It's true. But so we'll figure all that out. But pretty much if you're listening to our podcast, you should definitely be listening to Swing My Heart podcast.
Thank you.
If you're on Swing My Heart podcast, you should be listening to our podcast as well.
Thank you.
We just all kind of share our stuff here. And
even share notes.
Yeah, we do. We have figured out that we can cut our workloads out because y'all, seriously, for the first several weeks of us doing these movies, each one of these episodes would take about 6 hours of work to do. because we've watched the movie. That's 2 hours. And then we make notes on the movie. That's another 2 hours. And then y'all know our episodes average an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that's not including us setting up and doing whatever. So each one of these episodes that has come out has taken us about 6 hours to do. And so we have figured out that it saves us a little bit of work if we know what we're going to be covering.
Yeah.
So like, okay, I'll take notes on this one, you take notes on this one, and we just share our notes.
Yeah.
Where there have been several times that neither me nor Morgan have had time to take notes, and Nicole has taken all the notes, and we're over here like, thank you, because we barely even have time to watch it. So, but we're doing the best we can. I think it has gone very well. Yeah. It's been very enjoyable. I'm really glad. We're seeing some growth in our podcast, which I'm very grateful for. We're grateful.
Yeah,
for all
I've noticed. Yeah.
And we love you guys. Y'all are the reason we started a podcast in the first place. The fact that y'all stick around for our craziness and ask for more of it and check on us when we're not able to record and stuff, it just means so much. And we've gained a lot of great friendships through doing this, and
great podcast family.
Yes, absolutely.
With everyone.
So, yes.
Shout out to all of you. We love you.
Yes, we do.
And our listeners too.
Yes, we do. But anyway, like she said, we love you guys. We appreciate that y'all are here with us. And we'll be back soon with another recap. I believe we're going to be recapping
The Gift of Peace.
Yes.
Nikki and Brennan's.
Yes. And I think Morgan will be able to make it for that. I may or may not, actually. We'll see. Y'all, the Christmas season is upon us, and it's crazy right now, but we're doing
Christmas Eve. It's a week from tomorrow.
Yes. Crazy. Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll be back soon. Bye.
Bye.